Hi everyone, thanks for watching. In this presentation, I will walk through my project, Performance Insights and Coaching for Store Operations, an ML-based decision support tool for district managers and general managers. The goal is to augment, not automate, human decision making by making what's happening, why, what to do first, faster, consistent, and explainable. In this slide, you will see that my product is a decision support assistant for store ops leader. It detects KPI and no anomalies across areas like sales, labor shrink, fulfillment, and NPS. Explains likely drivers with evidence links. Recommends prioritize action with follow-up tracking and learns from manager feedback. What worked and what didn't. Primary users are district managers who needs a multi-store view, and as well as general managers who need a single store view. An ops leader who want aggregate reporting. Success is measured by faster diagnosis time, higher action follow-through, lift in target KPIs like fulfillment SLA, and overall manager trust in the insights. Now let's move to problem and narrow scope. The problem is that store leaders lose time switching between dashboard to diagnose performance, which cause delayed and inconsistent decisions. I'm intentionally narrowing scope to day-to-day operational decisions today or the shift, not long-term strategy. In this scope, anomaly detection, driver hypothesis, action situations like labor moves, fulfillment triage, inventory escalation, and coaching, plus evidence drill down and follow-up tracking. It is also important to define the out of scope, and that is automated personal decision, fully autonomous scheduling, and any black box scoring without explanation. Now let's move to the task analysis, which is the current flow. The key task is diagnosing performance issues and deciding action for a store or district. Today, it's manual synthesis. First, you check KPI status, then spot anomalies versus baseline, plan or peers. Next, you form hypothesis, maybe labor, out of stock, training, or a fulfillment backlog. Then you validate by drilling across tools and reports, choose actions, communicate them to store teams, and track execution and outcomes. The main point is step 2 through 5. Anomaly detection through action selection are slow and inconsistent, especially during busy shifts. Here I have given you a user journey flow, which is basically what is existing today. DMs or GMs, they start their day with chat-ins, then they align with their sales goal. There is an on-the-floor coaching and guidance. There is a progress monitoring during shift. There is a training and micro education, and then there is the end of the shift. If you will see, it's a pretty complex journey as of today. Along with this, they need to get into the various dashboards and SOPs to maintain the best-in-class customer experience. What are the insights from task analysis? My design insight is that user want 4 things in order. What is happening? Why it is happening? What should I do first? And how sure are you? Which is confidence with caveat. So this UX simplifies the flow into a single insight feed instead of many dashboards. Evidence card that link to source matrix, an action checklist with owners and due dates, and a lightweight feedback loop. Was this helpful, correct, and done? Now let's talk about the user experience, how people interact. There are 3 entry points. One is morning check, which is a daily summary, could be via an email or a Power BI dashboard. The second is an in-shift alert when an anomaly is detected, could be via proactive notification. And the third is the ask anything model, like why NP is down, which could be via chat model. But regardless of entry, the flow is consistent. Select store and time window, review the top 3 prioritized insights, open evidence like charts and peer baseline, choose actions and assign owners, and then track completion and feedback. The minimal screen set is an insight feed, insight details with evidence and confidence, and an action plan checklist. This is an image that how my entire solution would look like. There are 2 stages within this. We will have our sales and the historical data that will be from our data lake. We have a Power BI where store managers and DMs and GMs can go and engage. There will be a reporting and insights coaching agent, and then there will be an LLM on the top of which this agent would be built on. The stage 2 is the custom UI dashboard consolidation, which is basically a one full-fledged UI experience for store managers and GMs to answer all the 4 questions we discussed in the previous slide. It includes update insight service to incorporate coaching and deprecate insights report created on the stage 2. Each stage represents a build phase, and components within each of them represents new capabilities. The boxes, those are in green, are the new capabilities that will be built during this project. Now let's talk about the AI UX. What is the inputs and the feedback loops? For inputs, we collect the minimum needed KPI time series for sales, labor present, fulfillment SLA, NPS, and shrink flags. Store context like format and region, calendar context like promos and holidays, and optional manager notes like truck delay. Output includes the top insights, what and why, evident charts and comparisons, ranked action recommendation, and follow-up task with impact tracking. The feedback loop keeps humans in control, a thumbs up or down for helpfulness, quick pick list for whether root cause seems correct, whether an action was taken, an outcome review where the system measure KPIs change and the user can confirm context. Now let's talk about the transparency and explainability. Transparency is non-negotiable as it impacts both ENPS, customer NPS. It is directly related to the revenue. And the entire project has been grounded within our internal data and as well as on our SOPs. The system always shows the top contributing signals, provide evidence cards with the trend and peer baseline, and links back to the original dashboard. We clearly label the experience as AI suggest, you decide. And we explicitly avoid black box scores without any rational, hidden data sources. Recommendations that look like commands and employee level judgments when they're not required for the operational decisions. There will be a heavy testing as the part of this phase where we will validate that if the AI recommendation is what is equal to or close to the human recommendation. Communicating uncertainty. Uncertainty shows change behavior, not just add a label. We express confidence as high, medium, or low with a plain language reason, like sparse data or a missing labor feed, and prompts for what could increase confidence. If confidence is high, we send a proactive alert with strong action suggestion. Medium confident includes recommendation, action plus quick verification step. Low confidence triggers clarifying questions and suggests what to check, or even we can just don't send those. We also add guardrail, human in the loop for high impact actions, missing data warnings with fallback to raw KPIs, and logging of rational for audit and monitoring. And let's just talk about privacy, risk control, and compliance. Because this touches operational and potentially employee-related data, privacy by design is essential. Key risks include overcollection, inferring employee performance without context, sensitive text and notes, or leakage via prompts or logs, or overly broad access. Control includes data minimization and aggregation by default. Role-based access control, redaction before model calls, encryption at rest and in transit, retention limits, and audit logs. In a US retail context, applicable laws can include CCPA and CPRA, plus other state privacy laws like Colorado Privacy Act. This creates obligations around notice, access, and deletion rights, purpose specification, data minimization expectation, and governance with vendors and processors. Now let's talk about ethical AI commitments. On ethics, I focus on fairness, accountability, and transparency. For fairness, we benchmark with store archetypes like size, format, and region, so we don't unfairly compare unlike stores, and we monitor false alert rates across segments. For accountability, we maintain an audit trail from insights to evidence to action, and users can flag wrong to trigger a review workflow. For transparency, we show drivers, evidence, confidence, and caveats, plus clear labeling that the managers makes the final call. On the right side, I have presented a mock-up that how this could look like in the real world. At the top, the user select the store and the time window like today. The system shows a rank list of insights, each with a confidence level, high, medium, or low. For example, a high confidence card might say fulfillment SLA is at risk due to BOPIS backlog. The user can open evidence to view the trend and comparison and then take a recommended action, like shifting one associate to pick and pack for 2 hours and marks it done. A medium confidence card might highlight labor under plan during peak hours and recommended adding coverage for a specific window. A low confidence card might show an NPS, dip tied to wait time complaints, and recommend verifying queue conditions and running a quick huddle. So with this, the key takeaway is that labels, confidence, and evidence links make the system transparent and auditable, while the action checklist and feedback loop turn insights into execution. This product helps store leaders act faster and more consistently while staying privacy aware and aligned to ethical AI principles. Thanks for watching. In summary, this ML-based store ops coach augments leaders by simplifying diagnosis and action selection, clearly communicating uncertainty and building trust through transparency, privacy by design, and ethical guardrails. That's the end of my presentation. Thank you.